guiding our program. Our guest of honor, Mr. Prashant Danekar, and students of Matrix. Dear students, Matrix believes in leveraging the management competencies amongst the MBA graduates for business and industries by expanding their horizon with updated information in the field of management. In continuation with our Honorable Director, Professor Dr. Satish Ubale sir has initiated 4-dimension lecture series where we invite renowned experts from different fields of academics and industry who share their experience with the students, which help them to improve their knowledge and employability skills. It's my pleasure to introduce you to a dynamic professional with a wealth of experience across multiple industries, Mr. Prashant Danekar. Mr. Prashant sir is highly experienced marketing and sales professional with over 30 years in the healthcare industry. He has an impressive track record of driving marketing strategies, business development, and brand management across various leading organizations. Currently, he serves as a director of patient support programs at HDU Healthcare, where he has successfully established HIPAA complement system and forged vital partnership in the pharmaceutical sector. Previously, he was the head of marketing at Dr. Reddy's Laboratories, where he played a pivotal role in developing their CNS and pain therapy portfolio, managing a team of over 370 sales professionals. Mr. Prashant sir has held key positions at renowned companies such as Wockhardt, Alchem Laboratories, and Ziventus Healthcare, achieving remarkable results and earning multiple awards throughout his career. We welcome you, sir.
Thank you.
Before starting the session, can we just have a group picture with you? So I just request students to open up their cameras. Priyanka, Saurabh, Ruchita, Rushikesh, Shrutika, Abhay, Amit, Gopal, Ritesh, Deepak, everyone. Please open your camera so we can have a group picture with sir. Dhananjay, Avinash, Vaishnavi, Jyoti. Mohit sir, please let us know when you are done. Mansi, Pratiksha, please open up your cameras.
Done, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, sir. Over to you, sir.
Okay, first of all, thank you very much, Mrunal Panditji, for this introduction of mine. It's a privilege to actually speak to young students because once upon a time, even I was a student around 30 years ago now. That's almost 33 years ago. I have also done my MBA in 1991. So it's a great, what do I say, an opportunity to interact with the young generation and share with them different avenue, which is healthcare. Because I believe in MBA, which we do in general, we don't talk about healthcare per se. So probably they might find whether if I'm going to talk about pharmacology or anything like that, I'm not going to talk about pharmacology or science.
Okay.
I'm going to talk about something which they are already experiencing and something which India is going to see a lot in next 5 to 10 years. So first of all, thank you for this opportunity. Thank you to Dr. Shilpa Kulkarni also, who gave me this avenue, and Dr. Satish Ubale sir for this, what do I say, a chance to speak to the students.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Can I share?
Yes.
Can I share my deck?
Yes, you can share the PPT. Okay.
Is it visible?
Yes, it is visible. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Good morning, everybody. It's a topic which I have chosen to speak today is emerging technologies in health. I think technology is something which we are all aware of and we are experiencing every day. Today, the session that we are having right now over Zoom is also a wonderful example, which we all saw the wonders during the time of COVID, when nobody could interact with each other, the platform like Zoom or Teams gave us an excellent opportunity to interact. My session may sound a bit like science fiction because what we are experiencing today in healthcare is something which is beyond medicine and beyond pharmacology or beyond science. And today, technology is becoming a very strong part of healthcare. Today, like everybody of us has a habit of going to a doctor, meeting them face to face when we fall ill, either when we fall ill or when somebody in our family falls ill, we go to a doctor. We meet them face to face. But thanks to these gentlemen, yes, I'm saying Prashant, but thanks to these gentlemen who you can see on the screen, and probably I believe most of you know who they are. Can anybody recognize who's there on the screen? Anybody? I believe you know Mark Zuckerberg, Tim Cook, all these gentlemen who are now shaping the global technology are today. Sundar Pichai is also one of them who heads the Google. Elon Musk, we are already aware of. They are all shaping the way we are now living in a world which is managed by technology. And when we say the world, healthcare is also a part of this world. And today we are really seeing what is happening with healthcare. Google, which is somewhere like, what do we say, a common search platform for everything. Everybody today uses Google even for health. We live in a time when almost 1 billion searches are done on Google every day. The world has a population of 8 billion people, but 1 billion health related queries are done every day on Google. 70,000 per minute. That is the use of Google that is being done for health. So technology is now becoming a part of life in different ways. We've all seen what WhatsApp is being used for. We use the word called WhatsApp University, where we share a lot of health related information also. Though it may not be ethical, but a lot of information gets shared on WhatsApp too. Now, this is one, what do we say, a disease, if we can all call it, or a time which really changed the way world looked at technology, COVID-19. I think everybody of us has taken 2 doses, 1 dose, 3 dose of vaccine. But the beauty of all that experience was not only the certificates, but also all of us getting our certificates along with the vaccine in a definite time. So there were 200 crore doses which were given in India. Imagine the number, 200 crore. And all of us got our certificates once we were given that dose. Now just imagine when the whole world was shut down, when we were not even able to go out of our home, we were all able to get our certificates at home on our platforms, whichever ones we used through the CoWIN platform. We got our certificate. Now, this was one time which really showed what technology can do. Most of us during this time were in fact meeting our doctors over phone instead of going to them. We got all our, what do I say, lab test reports on WhatsApp or mail. Nobody actually saw the world, but everybody got everything over the platforms. World is changing. India is also accepting this change now. Today, the government of India has started a mission called Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission. There are almost 58 crore accounts now of ABHA, which is basically an Ayushman Bharat health account, which is being created to create a health record which is on a digital platform. A platform called eSanjeevani is being created where OPD, which is on a phone, on a TV screen, on a laptop, on a mobile, is being done free of cost. So poor patient need not travel. They can sit at their home and get their health managed by a doctor. 2.1 lakh doctors across India have managed almost 22 crore patients. 22 crore, if we see on the world level, is a population of many countries. Friends, this journey started way back in 1960s. In fact, just after the World War II. But then 1990s, when we really saw the internet coming in, the world of e-health was coined. That time, everything with E had become a fascination. Like email was the word which was coined first time during that time. So similarly, in that era, a term called e-health got used. The thought process was the patient can sit at home, but connect with a doctor wherever the doctor is. So why travel? Why not connect with the doctor over phone? So this was the basic thought process. But then came a wonderful technology, which is the mobile phone. And in 2007, the concept of mHealth came into picture. And thanks to all this artificial intelligence, blockchain, metaverse, and you name it, we have got a concept called digital health, which has come in from somewhere around 2015. So if we see, this term is not new, this journey is not new, but when we see in the last 5 to 10 years, this has exploded exponentially everywhere across the globe. We are no different. India, in fact, is an IT hub also. So all these facets which are happening globally is also now coming into India. There are 9 different technologies. I will not go into technology per se, but I'll share with you something which each of this is giving us a benefit. Mobile health or mHealth. Today, we are a population of 143 crore, but India has got 110 crore mobile users, which is a massive number, as much as our population. Now just imagine the beauty. I am sitting in Karve Nagar. You are sitting at this Ambegaon. We are able to connect over this distance of 5 kilometers over a platform. Similarly, somebody sitting in a village can visit the doctor over a phone, over a screen. They need not travel to the doctor. So what happens is there is paperless care. You can visit the doctor anytime, or rather you can fix the appointment and go anytime. We've all seen the platform called Practo. Similar such platforms are there. Today, when we see, we have got apps on the mobile where we record healthcare related, a lot of information like the exercise we do, the calories we burn, the heart rate, the respiratory data, the weight, the blood pressure, glucose. So what is happening is today we are creating a sort of our own health record on our own mobile. The benefit of this is we are able to monitor, we are able to judge, we are able to gauge, and we are able to have control on our health, which today, if you see, is an essential thing. See, to earlier time, like last century, the diseases we had were like, what do we say, diarrhea or fever or cold or all those things. But today, the time is changing, and today what we have is diseases like diabetes, blood pressure, tension, stress, all that is requiring for all these records to be kept. So now we have the world of mobile apps. Next came the world of wearables. Wearables, in fact, I think most of you are using it already. How many of you are using, you can write in the chat box if you can reply. Do you use a digital watch? Any watch, Apple Watch, Google Watch, any of them. It could be any. Do you use? Rutvik, yes. No. Anybody else wish to answer? See, most of us today use a lot of digital watches. For what reason? We like to see our heartbeat. We like to see how many steps we have walked. We like to see, record our exercises. Welcome to the world of wearables. Wearables basically, if how many of you seen the World Cup, not the T20, the One Day World Cup? How many of you have seen Virat Kohli's wristwatch? Did you see this wristwatch which was worn by Virat Kohli. You can type yes, no, whatever. This was a famous brand which he was wearing called Whoop. Okay. Now everybody was like, he was scoring a lot of runs, but everybody was wondering what band is he wearing in his right hand. Now this is not like a typical digital watch that we wear. This is a brand called Whoop. The beauty of this watch is that the battery needs to be charged once in 3-4 days. Otherwise, battery needs to be charged every day. The battery charging is not a pain with this watch. And secondly, in the center, there is a small box. This is literally changed every 3 days. Famous athletes like Virat Kohli, Cristiano Ronaldo, a lot of them wear these watches for monitoring their blood pressure, their exercise, their calories, their amount of sweat they do, the amount of oxygen that they take in. It helps them have a control over their own body. This is a domain which is called the wearables. Now, this is not only wristwatch. Now there is a technology where people are even now wearing clothes which are having sensors. The world of wearables runs on one factor which is called sensors. So everything that you do gets recorded, gets captured, and is well monitored. So your doctor, suppose you're having your parents, you're staying in Pune, your parents are somewhere maybe in Kolhapur or Lucknow or Delhi, wherever they are, and you want to monitor their health. Through the wearables, you're able to even have the readings. Then we come to the world called remote care. Now, remote care means what? I have highlighted one area, if you can see, which is called helps change the point of care. Point of care means what? In earlier times, we all used to visit our doctor in the OPD, in their clinic. But today, you can sit at home, wherever you are, and you can have a consultation with your doctor. Now, this is a big change. Just imagine, today you are like studying in Pune, and your parents are somewhere in, let's say, outside town, and they want to visit a doctor. But because of their age, they cannot personally visit a doctor. The doctor can visit them over a screen. Everything today, even your ECG, your blood test, everything can be done through remote care. No need to travel. The basic concept is the changing of point of care. Point of care means the patient need not move out of the home. Patient can sit at home. Doctor can sit in the OPD. The time is fixed. Appointment is done and the care is addressed. Now, this is the beauty of technology. Now, just imagine today we are living in the time of 4G. But today we are already talking about getting 5G now. 5G, there are talks of 6G. When we get 5G and 6G, the amount of speed that is going to come in, it is all this audio visual transmission is going to be wonderfully done using technology of 5G. This is already being practiced in many parts of India. Just imagine, if you can look at this lady or this doctor, they're actually not sitting in some hi-fi clinic. They're sitting in some small setup from where they're able to consult their patients and patient care is taken. Most important factor over here is patient care. So patient is diagnosed, patient is prescribed medicine, patient can ask the questions, and it all takes some time. The patient can save a lot of time and money for travel and just sit at home or wherever they are and consult the doctor. And look at this doctor also. She is not a technologist. She is a normal doctor. So they are also willing to accept this wonderful world of technology. Now, what do I speak about artificial intelligence? You all are like actually wonderful. What do I say? You're all actually living in a time where you're already hearing this word a lot of artificial intelligence, machine learning, neural network, deep learning, and natural language processing. There is a world of predictive analytics also. Now, what is happening is, because of this, you are able to actually create a picture of a person and understand what sort of a disease that person is going to get 2 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. Today, I believe most of you are somewhere around 21, 22, and tomorrow, let's say next 2 years' time, you do a test of yourself using artificial intelligence. What will be my health in, let's say, 10 years' time? And somewhere, if they say, in your family, there is diabetes, in your family, there is hypertension, there are 80% chances of you getting hypertension or diabetes. Now, just imagine if the doctor tells you this, you are actually mentally prepared. You will do more exercise, control your calories, and then you will see to it that you're able to control your diabetes or hypertension or whatever problems are there, which may happen to you 10 years, 15 years from now. Artificial intelligence is now coming in big time. In fact, we have all heard of this gentleman called Elon Musk. He is developing something called as a neural network, a brand called Neuralink. They will be implanting chips in our brain to read about us. Just imagine what will happen in next 5 to 10 years. Probably by the time you people are in the age of 30, 35, you will not be taking medicines. You will be taking advice through technology. Sorry. Artificial intelligence doesn't mean only one thing. There are different parts to it. Machine learning is one part, neural network is one part, deep learning is one part, natural language processing is one part. So basically what happens is artificial intelligence is a study which enables computers to perform tasks that humans do. So diagnosis, test, everything is all ready, all compiled, and the doctor has to just take on the diagnosis and give the due prescription to the patient. This is going to come in big time. It has in fact started to come in a lot of, what do I say, extent in India. In fact, this gentleman is Dr. Aniruddha Joshi. He is a PhD from IIT Mumbai. He is in fact my brother also. He has developed a device which is Nadi Tarangini. Now, just imagine we are talking about medicine and artificial intelligence. He has merged Ayurveda with artificial intelligence. So what happens is he has developed India's first and patented pulse device. Just by checking your pulse for 2 minutes or 5 minutes, your entire health is predicted. Once you know that you are likely to get this in some stage of your life, you are able to control and manage your health in a better way. See, what happens today is not with you, even with me. We go to a doctor when we fall ill, and then the doctor suddenly says, you have got diabetes, and we go into a shock. But now all this artificial intelligence, predictive analytics, and all those things which are coming in are now actually telling the patient, or not the patient, the person, that you may get this 8 years down the line, you may get this 10 years down the line. So what happens is you start changing your food habits, you start going for more exercise, and you are able to control yourself. This is the way health is changing. The problem remains the same, but solutions are changing. Now, another new world is coming. Software as medical device. All these years, I used to think software as a part of hardware. MS Windows and all these, we thought as a part of hardware, and we could operate. And we thought of taking tablets, injections as medicine. But now the time is coming where software itself is likely to become medicine now. So already in US, there is already a lot of approvals which are coming in for software as a medical device. I'm not talking software in medical device. I'm talking of software as medical device. There is a word which is used for this, which is called digital therapeutics. In fact, now, I am the first person in India to have launched this particular. If you see this band which this lady is wearing, this is a band which has been developed in Israel. I was the first person in India to launch this when I was working for Dr. Reddy's. This is a brand called Nerivio. It is used for treating migraine. Now just imagine, this lady will sit on the sofa for 45 minutes. She's experiencing severe migraine. There is no medicine, there is no injection, there is no stethoscope, there is nothing. There is just this band which is used for 40 odd minutes, using software which takes control of our pulse, of our nerves, and tries to treat her. This is already being used globally. Even you can do a Google search and find out. The brand is called Nerivio. It has been developed by Israel, a company in Israel. Robotics. Now, this is something which has come in big time. In fact, we already hear a word called robotic knee replacement surgery, robotic this surgery, robotic that surgery. In fact, a news has just come on, maybe just very recently in September, that a doctor sitting at 9,300 kilometers away. Just imagine, the distance between Kanyakumari to Kashmir is 3,500 to 4,000 kilometers. This doctor was sitting in Switzerland using robo. He operated on a pig in Hong Kong. So this is the way technology is now taking shape. What happens with robotic surgery is patients, the incision or the cut is very minimum. Errors are very less. There is a controlled workflow. And the benefit which happens on the hospital staff, especially which was seen during COVID, is the work pressure is cut off for them. Now, this is a world which I believe most of you, have you seen Elon Musk's recent video of a launch called Optimus? Did you see Elon Musk's launch of Optimus? Now, Elon Musk has just launched a video, not a video, a robo, which is called Optimus, which is costing $30,000. They are for doing routine tasks. Companies like Da Vinci are developing robots for surgery. Then we have Internet of Medical Things. We have already heard of Internet of Things. There is a world called Internet of Medical Things also, where you can be sitting somewhere wherever you are. You may be in a town which is 500 kilometers away. If you are having Bluetooth, if you are having Wi-Fi, the doctor can set up everything at your home, the ICU, everything at your home, even ICU. And doctor can be sitting 500 kilometers away. They will just give you some smart belt and they will monitor you sitting 500 kilometers away. Just imagine, is this possible? Normally not possible, but thanks to technology, this is possible. And maybe in a year or two, when 5G comes in, it's going to be amazing change in technology. See, we are all worried that this will take our jobs or this will do something to our careers. But friends, this is going to open a totally new industry as well. I think this is something which you all have heard, metaverse. Now, metaverse is something which Mark Zuckerberg made famous with Facebook, with Meta. But this is a term which is coined in 1992 when internet was just taking shape. This is actually written by a science fiction writer. What happens is when you use metaverse, I am sitting in this room, you are sitting at Ambegaon, but a universe is created where I will visit, you will visit, and our avatars can interact with each other. The patient can talk to the doctor in the form of an avatar. This is all done using virtual reality, augmented reality, and smart glasses. Wonderful glasses are being developed, like HoloLens, which has been developed by Microsoft. All this makes you come together, you are connected, you need not travel anywhere. The doctor can actually see you. You can also see, you can talk. This is already being used. And there's a huge industry which is now opening up called metaverse in healthcare. Where it can be used, basically virtual medical consultations, medical training, therapeutic interventions where the doctor can prescribe. And last but not the least, I think there's a word which all of you have heard, which is blockchain. Blockchain actually is for one reason, that is data security. Let me tell you one thing, any technology might come in, anything can come in tomorrow, but the most important thing which the government or even you as an individual wants to control is privacy of your data. Nobody wants anybody to hack data. Tomorrow we are talking about genetic code research also. We are already talking about genetic code, not tomorrow, right now. But all this actually needs good privacy control. Now, if we do it with our normal databases, we are hearing the news of hacking. So when we say blockchain basically is a digital ledger, like a box, and all the information gets locked in. It is very difficult to hack. So blockchain will be like a part which is playing the role of data privacy security, which is to be shared. Now, you will be thinking what sort of jobs this will create. Now, okay, genomic counseling is something which may not appeal to us, it is more with the healthcare people. But one sector which is going to open up a lot is health data analytics. Anybody who is good in analysis, numbers, in analytic skills per se, this is an industry which is going to open a lot of health data analytics. Then there is a lot of opening for digital health specialists or telemedicine coordinators. Basically, what happens is when you're doing telemedicine with anybody, you need to do transcription, you need to maintain notes, you need to maintain a control of what is being said and what is being saved. So you need a coordinator for that. And if you are very good on AI, you are actually entering a massive world in times to come. Now look at the market which is opening up. mHealth is somewhere around $72 billion. When we say $1 billion, actually $1 billion today is 8,400 crores. Just multiply by 72. In 2032, it is predicted to be $374 billion. Wearables is predicted to be around $1,200 billion. Remote care, another $60 billion. Then we have AI, which is another $148 billion prediction in 2030. Metaverse, which is going to be a huge avenue where we see people like Mark Zuckerberg and all have put in a lot of bet. And lastly, blockchain. So, Madam Mrunalji, this is from my end. Thank you for the time which you have given. I hope it was useful or in the fourth dimension perspective.
Yes, sir, yes, sir. But you still have 30 minutes left, sir. So if you want to explain some points,
Yeah.
so you can also discuss with
Anybody
students.
has any question, most welcome. Anybody has any query, I'd like to address that.
Students, anyone has any questions, please you can discuss with sir.
I know most of you are not from healthcare.
Students, if anyone having questions, you can discuss with sir, please.
Okay, I have a question. How many of you use the app for health? Do you use app for health? Used for exercise, yes. Okay. So, see, I'll tell you one thing. Madam, most of them are MBA 1 and MBA 2, right?
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
So they would be
First year
somewhere,
and second year only.
they would be somewhere in the age group of 20 to 22.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Friends, let me tell you one thing. When we say about health, one big problem which we all experience is we go to doctor when we fall ill. How many of you go to doctor when you're not ill? Do you visit doctor when you're not ill? Anybody of you does medical checkup, annual medical checkup? Anybody in your family? Okay, great. So I'll tell you one thing to do now. You are in your 20s, but I'll advise you to do it for your parents or your elder brothers, sisters, if they're in their 30s. See, one thing which we Indians are tuned is, no, we visit our doctor when we are sick, but we never visit our doctor before. Okay, what happens is when we visit the doctor when we are ill, no, he suddenly says, do this lab test, do that lab test. And then suddenly one fine day, what we find is, oh God, I've got diabetes. Now, if somebody tells you you have got diabetes or you have got hypertension, suddenly what happens is you go into a basically anxiety. Arey Deva, mere ko kyun ho gaya yaar ye? I was fine till yesterday. Why did this happen to me today? Please understand, health is something which needs to be taken care before, not afterwards. Today I am 55. I have experienced it myself. When I was your age, I never went to a doctor. Let me admit that. But today I have got diabetes. Now I wonder if all this technology was available to me before, and I would have done some diagnosis before, I would have probably saved a lot of my money on medicine. My one request, if you can do, it will cost you 100 to 120 rupees. Once in a while, in a year, please go and get your sugar checked. In India, we are all blessed with sugar, diabetes. Now, I've got a simple question. How many of you like sweets? How many of you like sweets? Okay. No, yes, yes, yes. Your age is wonderful. You can all enjoy all those sweets which are there. Do enjoy them. But my suggestion to you is please get at least one blood test done once in a year till you reach the age of 25. Today, India is seeing a lot of patients with diabetes in the age of 20 to 25. Now, another question I have is, how many of you are overweight? Now, this is something which you may want to answer, may not want to answer. Are you overweight? Okay, you want to understand the world of data analytics. Okay, great. Now, I'll answer this question from okay. Now, what is the role of data analytics? I'll tell you. See, what happens is today, if I enter my health record, see, in India, one big problem is we don't have a health record. We visit a doctor, we carry the prescription, we carry a file. There is no record which is kept. But imagine when we are talking about US, Europe, their entire data is available on record, on a digital accessible database. Now, what happens is, suppose if I'm visiting my doctor for last 4 years, 5 years, my certain trend starts to emerge of my health. What the doctor sees is, okay, now what has happened over 5 years? Your sugar level has gone up by this much. Your blood pressure level has gone down. What are you doing? Are you changing your food habits? Are you not changing? Is there some problem? So what happens is your profile starts to get created. Moreover, there, even your parents' record are there in database. So what happens is from your parents, what we get is genetics. So what the doctor can diagnose using analytics is what is this patient's own history, what is this patient's parents' history, and also possible they see the brother and sister's background. Now, based on this, you get an entire background of this person, and then you are able to build a pattern. Now, once you build a pattern, you are able to do something called as predictive analytics. Prediction in what case? Like there are 70% chances of you getting diabetes. Now tell me one thing, if you are like today, you go and do your blood test where you are set, there is no problem, you are fine, you continue your eating your sweets, no problem at all. But then your predictive analytics suggests that you need to watch yourself because 70% chances are there of you getting diabetes 1 year, 10 years down the line, 5 years down the line. So what happens is you start to control from now. Now the advantage of all this is once you start to control, your body starts to be well calibrated. Now, what is the role of data analytics is basically getting all this data put together and making predictive analytics with the help of AI. Now, if you're looking at a role of data analyst, let me tell you one thing, what I have understood, in fact, even I am personally doing a course in data analytics, in health I'm doing it. All your health records, see, today analytics are being used in finance, they are being used in, like you are going to Google, we are seeing a lot of Gen AI being used over there. Your searches are being predicted by AI. Similarly, your health gets predicted with AI and predictive analytics. So if somebody who at your age focuses on doing your MBA, and probably if you're willing, you have that wish and time, it is advisable that you upskill yourself along with MBA and get into one of these activities which will help you in the time. Because see, somewhere around 2025, 2030, a lot of all these software related, these type of jobs, not software coding, but a lot of predictive based skills are going to come in. And somebody who has got a lot of these skills is going to be finding it useful. Have I been able to answer your question? I hope I have been able to answer your question. Yes, Google records a lot of things today. If you go on Google, now just one example, I am a avid follower of LinkedIn. So Facebook, LinkedIn, if we see today, they are also now studying us. If you are doing some
So your connection is lost.
Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Hello?
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, you are audible.
I just lost electricity over here. So we talk of technology, but these glitches also do come. So when we visit Facebook, when we visit Insta, they are also making predictions about us. So similarly, when we talk about healthcare, when all these records get captured, entire health gets predicted. Just imagine today, Pune, which is having a population of 70 lakhs, and the people who are in Municipal Corporation of Pune, they say there are 5 lakh diabetics. We want to keep a control, and data is available. Who is this? What control to be kept? What is to be followed up? It can all help a lot. One question I have for everybody of you, do you have in your family either of your parents or anybody who's a diabetes or a blood pressure patient? Anybody in your family? Anybody? Not you, anybody in your family, your parents, anybody. Blood pressure, okay. Yes. How many medicines they have to take every day? 2, 3 medicines every day. It is before lunch, after dinner, before breakfast, 5 to 6. Now just imagine 5 to 6 medicines in a day. What happens to the patient? They have to remember the timing. They have to remember the dose. They have to get the right tablet. The people who are with them, they have to get the medicines on time. Now just imagine this is one patient. If there are in many families, both the parents have problem. My father takes 11 medicines in a day. Before breakfast, after lunch, before dinner, at 5 o'clock. Most of the time, he has to just remember what is to be taken. Now, the problem is there is something in diabetes and blood pressure and all these diseases, one problem. You have to take this medicine on time if you have to control your health. If you are not able to do, then your health will not get managed properly. Digital world helps you in sending reminders. For example, if I have to take a medicine at 5 o'clock, I get a reminder at 4:30, you have a medicine at 5 o'clock. You get a reminder in the morning, you have to take this medicine before breakfast. What happens is the patient starts to control all the habit of forgetting. So digital also helps in that way. Now, one experience, how many of your friends are staying or how many of you are staying away from your parents? Are you staying away from your parents or near your parents? Almost all are staying away from your parents. Now, tell me one thing. How do you know about your father's and mother's health? How do you know about that? Just imagine if the child is staying in the US, the father or father and mother are staying in Sadashivpet. How are they going to know their parents' health? Over a telephone call, nothing else. But during the call, you will ask, yes, Rutvik. But what happens is, I want to know their report over every month. I want to have their status of medicines. I want to see that they get the medicine on time. I want to see that their lab reports are done on time. I want to know the doctor's diagnosis. Now, all this gets managed with digital platform. So it saves your energy, it saves your time, it gives you control, and most importantly, it gives you a lot of happiness that you're able to have a control on your parents' health. Now, this is being used a lot by us Indians who are staying abroad. Even most of you who are staying here and your parents are there, you would like to have a control on their health. Digital platforms are today making life easy on one side. Yes, there is an expense for this, but it provides a lot of control, it provides a lot of care, and most importantly, you are happy at the end of the day that I am taking care of my parents, my relative, my brother, my sister, and I am also happy doing my own work. But one challenge which is there is you require a good network, you require good data privacy. These two things are required. How many of you have ordered medicines on Tata 1mg or any of these platforms? Have you anytime ordered? Practo, Tata 1mg, NetMeds. Has anybody ordered? No. Fine. But most of us do order because it saves a lot of time. We do not like to. Today, people are sitting in office placing orders. Zeno. Great. So what happens is you're sitting in your college, your father, mother wants some medicine which is not available. You are able to get it through digital platform. All this is happening today. See, today, by the time you reach your age of 30 or even between 26 to 30, you will remember my words that today the word doctor might get replaced by a digital doctor. It is happening slowly. Worldwide, it is happening at a very fast pace. In India, it is happening at a bit slower pace because India is a country of 140 crore people. We have our own challenges of network. We have our own challenges which are like monetary part also. Worldwide, it is already happening extensively. India also, it is bound to happen. And when it happens, it is better to be having a knowledge of this dimension, which I would call fourth dimension, which is beyond your studies, which you're already doing right now in your MBA. And yes, I'm actually doing my PhD on this particular topic. And I do foresee this happening in India in the coming time. Thank you from my end. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Should we conclude? Should we conclude, sir?
Yes, ma'am. I'm done from my end.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir, for accepting our invitation and guiding the students on emerging technologies and in healthcare. The session was really very wonderful and very effective, also very informative. So on behalf of Metric School of Management Studies, I thank our guest of honor, Mr. Prashant Danekar, and our students. I thank our director and express my gratitude towards him for supporting and directing throughout the session. Thank you so much, sir. Greeting from Matrix. Thank you so much, sir. Yes.
It was a
Students,
pleasure. Thank you for the opportunity. And it was a pleasure
Okay.
interacting.
Thank
Health
you.
is something that is actually a prime importance because health is a very expensive affair.
Yes, sir. It is. It is. It is. And now it is really very informative session. It was for students also because now they can take care of themselves.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for the opportunity.
Students, please fill the feedback form, which is the chat box. And after filling the feedback form, you can leave the session. But you have to fill the feedback form compulsorily, everyone.
हॅलो मॅम
Yes.
मॅम माझं नाव अटेंडन्स मध्ये येत नाहीये ममता बोलते मी.
कुठल्या अटेंडन्स मध्ये?
आता हे जो फीडबॅक फॉर्म आहे ना त्याच्यामध्ये नंबर येत नाहीये
मला मंडेला बोल तू. ममता ना?